So if you want, you can make this dead zone here really small, so that every time you move the cursor out of the bounding box, it moves the screen. So it's kind of like a mouse control on a PC. But I'll jump out of that. So there's a lot of different customization. For our purposes, we're going to use the Wii Zapper right now. Personally, I like to use the Zapper better for the arcade mode, but I like to use the nunchuck and remote for the campaign. It's like a different experience.
Can you tell me a little bit about the arcade mode and like what that's all about?
Sure. So the arcade mode is a rail shooter that the producers added in. Because with the Wii, you've got kind of this audience that's more casual. It's like a more diverse, in terms of age range, audience, right? So it's like you see pictures of parents and grandparents playing Wii's. So with the arcade, the reason they add that in is because previously other first-person shooters, people have found it more difficult to just pick it up and play it. Like the learning curve is steeper. So with the arcade mode, it's done so that anybody can just pick up and play. And he's playing the multiplayer over there.
And arcade is just like the basic shooting and like getting to know the game, right?
So the Wii moves you around, and all you do is point and shoot. I mean, you have some options, like you can crouch and do peek overs, but yeah, basically you just point and shoot, and it's really easy. Learning curve, from demoing it for people, it seems to be about 2 minutes or something. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's like an extra bonus too. So like someone that might not be a big shooter fan might play the arcade mode, and then from there decide that they're going to try the campaign mode, which is more difficult.
That's probably what I would need to start with, because I wasn't so good the first time I tried playing. So.
And then the multiplayer, where you play against like all the best guys. So.
Can you talk a little bit about the multiplayer? Because I know it's like a massive like online thing that this game has.
Yeah. So the team's really proud of what they were able to do with multiplayer. With Heroes 1 on PSP, they put 32-player online. So they decided to do the same thing for Wii and PSP this time also. And the street game modes, it's like deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag. But as you can see, I'm just jumping in right now. It's all on the EA server, so you can jump in right into the lobby, and you'll see all these different matches that are going on right now. These are all live, and then you can just pick whichever one is open, unless they're password protected, like this one is right here. But you can just jump right in, and then you'll start right away, so you don't have to wait around for like an open battle.
Very cool, very cool. So, oh wow, cool. Do you want to play a little bit so we can?
These guys are really good.
And you can just jump in any game at like any stage on the online play?
You can jump in at any time, and you can play against anyone that you want to. So there's no because on our servers there's no friend codes needed. So that's something that gamers seem to have taken to. So should probably change the battery. Yeah, I should probably get a battery for that. And I also get light interference here, so I actually prefer to play the campaign and multiplayer with the nunchuck and the remote. But you can do it with the zapper. Like you move around the stick, you aim by moving the gun around, you zoom in by pressing the Z button, and you fire from the front. So it's pretty cool.
Do you think it's easier using the Wiimote and the zapper?
It's a matter of personal preference. You can use the zapper, or you can use the nunchuck and remote in all three of the game modes. Like I said, personally, I prefer to use the zapper in the arcade mode because it's just like that old school arcade feel. I like using the nunchuck and the remote in the campaign because I just like the way it controls better. You also have more customization options, or not more, but you're able to tune it a little bit better with the nunchuck and remote. And also the gestures are more involved. Like we have over 10 different gestures in the game that have been mapped for both the arcade and the campaign. But they're different. Like, so if you're shooting an artillery gun with a nunchuck and a remote, you're actually turning the wheel with the nunchuck and pulling the lever with the remote. With this, it's different. You turn the joystick. So I just like the whole, the bigger gesture. Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about the graphics on the game too? Because I know like the graphics on this game are like superb, like compared to like a lot of like first-person shooters.
Yeah. So the game is running at 60 frames per second. If you have a good connection, also online, it runs at 60 frames per second as well. But yeah, the team did a great job. They really set out to try to make a visually appealing Wii game, and I think it shows that it looks good.